Welcome to our 7th science fair held at Indian Crest Middle School. This year we have almost 90, just shy of 90 projects. These are completed by all of the kids in the 8th grade honors science class. It is an independent research project which then they complete experiments and show us on a trifold board that is set up very similar to the way the Montgomery County science research competition goes.
My project is hydroponic lettuce. I did this because I have an interest in botany and plants, and my grandfather is a botanist and he has a greenhouse, so I was able to use his facilities for this project. So my project was to grow lettuce hydroponically and see what the best medium is. And as you can see in the data here, that rock wool was the best medium for hydroponic growth. And this can help the world by hydroponics is it can grow plants faster and in more space than just normal growing, which can create more food for people. And in my project, it was on a much smaller scale, but it still fed a lot of people in my family, and we had straight salads for about 2 weeks with the lettuce I grew.
So my topic is physics. It's called Hard Knocks in the Adolescent Brain. And basically what I did is I put these 25G shock indicators. I put 3 in each helmet, and I wanted to see how many times they went off over 21 practices. And I did this project because I'm on the football team, and I wanted to see how common concussions are in regular football. So I actually learned that players farther away from the line of scrimmage, such as a halfback or a linebacker, they receive more 25G hits than a player on or closer to the line of scrimmage, such as a left tackle, a center, or a tight end.
So my problem is, how does the low pay from the streaming platforms affect the artist? So my procedure for that is I set up a Google form, and I had 6 questions, and I had 50 different people fill it out. There was a small portion of people that said, I would love to help the music industry, but I don't know how. And I think that's an important fact to nail over the head, because not very many people are talking about this pay gap and the problem that it causes. Because it's mostly a problem for the smaller artists, but if the smaller artists aren't getting paid very much because they're not getting top 40 hits, it's going to lose the part that it's an industry. Once those older artists retire, if there's not people to come in after them, it's not going to be an industry anymore because there's just not going to be the newer people. So I think the conclusion of this is just, if you really like an album or you really like a song, buy it on CD or vinyl, or if you really want cassette, because those are coming back. But just buy it on physical. It helps more than you think. It's a definitive $10, $20, $30 going to the artist.
My project is called Dim in the World. I chose this topic because I'm interested in math and science, and my dad works at a company that deals with this kind of stuff. So I thought it'd be cool if I measured the 2 different lights and see what the effect of dimming on them was. And so I found out that dimming with a LED light is more cost efficient, but dimming with an incandescent will give you better light levels and give you more different types of light. If you want a brighter light, then you want to go with the LED. But if you want light that goes lower, then you want to go with the incandescent. But my real thing is that dimmers save a lot of money in electricity because they're lowering the amount of watts used by the project. So if you see they're both at 1, the incandescent is way dimmer and is way lower light, and it uses way less watts, the LED, so it's more cost efficient.
So for my science fair project, I tested how your dominant eye affected your free throw percentage. So what I did during this experiment was I used a blindfold to cover my non-dominant eye and my dominant eye to see which eye would shoot better. I chose this project because I play basketball in real life, and I wanted to see if my dominant eye had a factor of my free throw percentage, because if people need to learn how to shoot free throws better, then I could show them that their dominant eye might be a factor. And what I learned from this experiment was that your dominant eye actually does affect your free throw percentage by a lot. On my graphs right here, you can show I am right eye dominant, and my free throw percentages were a lot better than my left eye.